trying to believe in something when you ain't got nothing to say. Tired explaining how you feel. Bullets fly and children lie, it's real. We're living in the fast lane, oceans rise and suicides appeal. And for the future generations we pray. We're not looking for someone like you. But come into our life, wash away our pain, and open every cobweb door. Looking for an explanation, you keep your cards held close to your chest as the system guides our hands. And all along we're fishing in the sewers, living up their weight. No one seems to shine a guiding light. They just dazzle, lead the blind astray. We're not looking for someone like you to exercise our mind, wash away our pain, and open every cobweb door. We're not looking for someone like you to exercise our mind, wash away our pain, and open every cobweb door. Okay, thanks everybody. Thanks for coming to my show. This is my 7th show. It's been a while since I did my last one. I think when I did the last one, there was a Christmas tree in the background, so it's been about 7 or 8 months. That was a new song. The working title is House of Fools, a bit of a political kind of song, that one. And I've got 3 very special guests with me today. So we're just going to go around and they're going to introduce themselves and we'll see who we've got on the guest panel. So I don't know if Azlin, if you'd like to go first.
Sure. That's it. Get me when I'm muted. Hi folks, I'm very special guest Azlin Bloor. So you did say very special guest, didn't you? Like
yes.
FBI, very special agent kind of stuff. Obviously watch too much TV. Hi all, it's great to be here. That was a fab song, Dan.
Thanks very much. And Nazim?
Hi, I'm honored to be here. When Nancy sent me the invitation, I said I have to do everything possible to be here. So I rushed all the way down from the mountain where I was staying to come down and join the panel because I love what Dan does, and you know he's a talented musician. And this is a great song and very good with the times that we're going through. I like the theme on it.
Thanks, thank you. And Sheila.
Yeah, that's really contemporary. I can see you're going to have your portfolio very influenced by your social conscience and the social events of your generation, which I'm sure are going to present incredible challenges. So I'm very grateful to be here, Dan. It's been a long time since I've been on your show.
Thanks.
Well done. Excellent song.
Thanks for coming, everybody. We've got some comments through already, so I'll have a quick look at those. So there's Jasmina. Hi, everyone. Dan Aston looking good. Thanks very much. Thanks for tuning in. And we've got Dave Pipe, who's tuning in as well. Sounded very good. And good to hear you got over your chest infection. Yes, sorry about last week, everybody, but thanks to everyone who is tuning in now. So I've got a bit of a different schedule this time around. I'm going to be talking about some of my musical influences. And the first guy I'm going to talk about is Ryan Adams. So if you're a fan of Ryan Adams, please comment in the comments, because I don't really know very many people who actually like Ryan Adams. I know Nazim likes Ryan Adams, so that's good, that's something. But I've been a fan of Ryan Adams for probably about a couple of years now, since when I discovered him. I went up to see him in London earlier this year. He's an American singer-songwriter, and he's got a lot of the similar musical influences as me, so this is one of my favourite albums of his. And you can see from the text there, it kind of looks like a heavy metal band with the font he uses there, and that's because he listens to a lot of kind of extreme metal, which I also like a lot of kind of extreme metal, heavy metal music. It doesn't show in my music, but I do have a heavier side. And he's also a big fan of kind of like big 80s rock music as well, which I am a big fan of, a lot of kind of American AOR music. So I don't know about you, Nazim, do you have any particular albums or songs that you're a fan of?
Well, no, you know, Ryan I've been following for a while. He's very talented. Another person that really I like a lot is he's a fantastic musician. The whole Complex group, it's XTC, which your dad probably knows about. And I do in your music, I do see some connections between XTC. They're from Sweden, and the stuff that you're doing, and some of the softer stuff that I've listened to. Cool. Yeah, and then we'll talk about the other influence that you're going to bring up later, which for me is he's God, and
Yeah. So I've got my kind of like top 5 Ryan Adams albums here. A lot of people would probably cite the Heartbreaker album, which is the first album he made from his solo career after leaving Whiskeytown, which were kind of a new wave country band in the 90s out of America. And this kind of has a lot of kind of country influences on it, which I don't mind. I quite like some country music, but it was really kind of when he got to do kind of albums like Love Is Hell, and later on his most recent album, which is the self-titled one, which I showed earlier, which has got a kind of a heavier sound to it, kind of Tom Petty, kind of Bruce Springsteen kind of vibe to it, and I'll be talking about Bruce later. But he also does very stripped back albums like this, which is kind of a pure kind of American folk album. And when I saw him, he was playing with a full-on rock band, but his most recent release is a kind of acoustic solo album there from New York. And he's just kind of like a modern kind of Bob Dylan, kind of Bruce Springsteen kind of guy. Does a lot of acoustic guitar vocals with harmonica as well, and he's one of the guys that really got me into playing harmonica playing. So he's one of my biggest influences. And if anyone's a fan, then do let me know, and we can have a look at some of those comments. Here's a comment from Jasmine. He says, Ryan Adams or Bryan Adams? That's true. Most of the time when I say I'm a fan of Ryan Adams to people, they kind of laugh and say, oh, that sounds a lot like Bryan Adams, which it does. So everyone knows Bryan Adams, but not very many people know Ryan Adams. But yeah, you should go and check out Ryan Adams. And I'm going to go and play my second song now. This is another new song. It's a bit of a softer touch than the one I just played. It's, again, kind of politically engaged with, it's kind of inspired by a story of someone who was affected by the financial crisis, and it affected their dreams and so on. So it's called Colour of Harvest. I hope you like it. Change the settings. Yeah, I'll just change the settings.
Remember when we first settled here, the color of harvest in the air, auburn leaves painting the road up to the house, the gold of the sun burning the coal of your hair. Work was heavy, but it was fun in a dream. To run with your heart ain't as romantic as it seemed. Summer was over and the cold was setting in. The market was crashing and I was blind. I promised you heaven, I even bought you a ring. And for a while I kept on that thin line. I would take you 1,000 miles from here just to see you smile again. I would fly you far away from here if my money would satisfy my will.
Cool. Thanks, guys. I hope you liked that one. That's all these songs. I'm kind of writing a lot of music at the moment that I'm hoping to record over the summer. So these are a couple of kind of songs that are pretty much done. I'm not sure with that one if it should be any longer. So let me know if that kind of feels like it kind of ends, if it ends too abruptly or not. I'm not sure. It's quite a short song, but I quite like the ending, how it kind of just goes into that minor section and just ends straight away. So yeah, any feedback would be great with that one. We've had some comments. Jamie said, can I check him out? Do I like John Mayer? Yeah, I do like John Mayer, actually. I don't own too much of his stuff. I've got his most recent album, which is, I can't remember what it's called, but he's on the front with like a cowboy hat on a hill or something, and it's quite mellow, and I do like that album a lot, actually. And my brother Lee is a big fan. He's got a box set of some of his albums upstairs. Peter Felton, fine guitar, what make is it? Get asked that a lot, as you can imagine. It's an Ibanez Exotic Wood series. I don't see them in shops too much around here. They are amazing guitars. The neck's really thin. The reason I bought it mainly, apart from the fact it looks amazing, is the neck. I have trouble kind of holding down bar chords quite a lot, and the neck on that guitar is quite thin, so I find it really easy to play. Each one of those guitars has kind of its own unique finish. They're all made from unique bits of wood, so it's quite stunning looking. Not as expensive as it looks or sounds either. So great guitar there. Any questions from the panel so far?
I like that last song that you played, and there's a little hint to me of Jackson Browne. I don't know if that's an influence at all in what you've listened to in the past.
It's not actually.
Oh, okay. there's a little bit of Jackson Browne for me, and it's
cool.
Very nice, very nice.
Thank you. I have to check that out. So the next influence I'm going to talk about is kind of very American. This show today is Bruce Springsteen. So I'm a big fan of Bruce. Got all his albums. This is one of my favorite albums, which is Darkness on the Edge of Town. I've gone and got the super duper duper version, which has got, I think it's got 3 Blu-rays and 3 CDs. I don't know if you've got this, Nazim. Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
right. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you seen him in concert?
I haven't. No.
Oh!
I know. I wanted. I
Oh!
think it was either last year or the year before. I tried to get a ticket. I think he played one show in Wembley Stadium,
And then
but they sold out literally out within hours.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. I mean, at his age, he puts on a 3.5 in Milan. He did a 4-hour show.
Wow.
Which was a record, and it was just amazing.
Yeah.
I've seen him 5 times already. Every time is better than you.
Since for a couple of years I've been trying to get a show. I was hoping to get a show on this High Hopes tour, but he didn't really play over here that much actually. It was mainly over South American stuff, so I haven't seen any shows announced this year either, so I'm waiting. Hopefully he will come back round. But yeah, this is an amazing box set actually. It's kind of, they've recreated his original notebook that he wrote all the songs for from Darkness on the Edge of Town. So it's got all his original lyrics in there. So for a fan like me, it's absolutely amazing. Stuff like that. I'm a big record collector, so all the kind of Train-Spotter stuff like this I generally go for. But with Bruce, it was his kind of more acoustic albums that got me to begin with. Nebraska was one of the first ones, and also Ghost of Tom Joad, which I think is really underrated. I probably listened to this more than I do Nebraska actually. The storytelling on this album is just fantastic. I've done covers as well. I don't do covers on Hangouts because I think there's some issue with the copywriting. But I've done Dry Lightning on this on quite a few shows. Mansion on the Hill from this album, which there is a version on YouTube of Mansion on the Hill, I think.
Okay.
Channel.
That's a great album, Nebraska. I love Nebraska too.
Yeah, and it was really after hearing the title track in Atlantic City that I looked into playing harmonica actually. It wasn't Bob Dylan or anybody like that. It was Bruce Springsteen that got me into playing harmonica. But the song, the way I got into Bruce really was just through one song, and that was through the Rising from Rising album. And it was the bonus DVD. Dad was playing the live performance from the VMA MTV show. They're playing live and it's raining and all sorts, and it's just so, the emotions from that performance were just so massive. I just couldn't believe it. I'd never really listened to Bruce before, and I was just hooked ever since, basically. So yeah, if there are any Bruce fans, let us know in the comments and let us know what your favourite Bruce albums are. But yeah, it's kind of, his acoustic stuff is what got me into Bruce, but albums like Dance on the Edge of Town, The Rising, Tunnel of Love as well. I don't know if you're a fan of that one, Nazim. Yeah. Yeah.
I do love that one too.
Yeah,
have you heard The River also? Do you like The River?
I do like The River. For some reason I didn't get into that originally. I don't know why.
Okay.
But recently I've been playing it a lot, especially Disc 1. Some of the really rocky stuff on Disc 1 is awesome.
I have to say that my least favorite album, and people give me a lot of hack for that, a lot of troll for that, is Born in the USA.
Really?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, there's songs on it that I like, but not the whole album. Just is not my favorite.
Is it because it's the most popular in terms of pop music?
You're right, Azlin. It's probably the one that I've heard the most. In fact, that was the first time I went to see him in concert. Miami was on that tour. It was a good concert, but it was just the song going on and on that just kind of made me crazy.
I think my favorite Bruce song is "Brilliant Disguise." I love that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good song.
Yeah, I didn't really get into the Born in the USA album really until I watched the live version from the High Hopes CD. There's a DVD where he does the whole thing live quite recently. I think it sounds a lot better live actually than it does.
Is it?
I don't know why. I think the song's kind of.
Well, Darkness on the Edge of Town is the first 2 albums, or the first 2. Asbury Park is also amazing.
Yeah.
But I was brought up in New York, so that to me was,
Yeah. But just as a songwriter, the amount of stuff he's written is quite inspirational. The amount of songs that didn't make albums.
You mentioned Bob Dylan. I'm a bit curious about what you think about Bob Dylan.
Big fan, actually. I do have all his albums. I bought the recent massive box set that came out from EMI.
Okay.
I kind of, the first album I listened to was Freewheeling Bob Dylan, and I often do Bob covers. I cover Girl from the North Country. I do quite a lot. Blown in the Wind, and I do a couple from Blood on the Tracks as well.
Blood on the Tracks is one of my favorite albums.
Simple Twist of Fate and You're a Big Girl Now I've done previously, but I think Blood on the Tracks is one of my favorites.
So I need to come all the way over there to see you on a stage. I'm curious about where you play, because that's very interesting to know.
I've played a few festivals down in Cornwall. I played Lou Music Festival, probably the biggest festival I played down here. And apart from that, just a lot of kind of local bars and stuff.
Excellent.
Can you beep on because you can't do copyrighted stuff, but something we need to find out. Can we do it on Periscope? Do you know?
I don't know about that, actually.
Yeah? Can we find out? That would be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I haven't heard of any issues with that.
No, I haven't heard any issues.
I can probably do some covers on Periscope. Yeah. But I have uploaded a few to my YouTube channel. But yeah, unfortunately with Google Plus, I don't know if it's still anymore, but there were shows being taken down. So I've stayed away from doing that.
Yeah, they're still doing that.
Yeah, oh right. Yeah. So yeah, Bruce Springsteen, big influence of mine, along with Ryan Adams, kind of similar artists. And I'm gonna go and play now a song with Mum. So Sue Aston's gonna come up and play violin on one of my favourite songs, probably my most well-known song, which is Way Home. I hope you enjoy it.
One more night and I'll be on my way home. Give me one more drink to soothe my heart alone. Then I'll pack my bags, racing down that highway. To you, my baby, it won't be long. You see, I'm on my way back to you. I look back on my life and all the people I have known. Friends that have come and gone, memories that I've kept away for a rainy day. The tide is rising and the sun sets your fears burning, but the winds keep rolling. And the sea will recede, the veil will lift, your eyes will awaken to another day. Nothing can come between me now and where I wanna be. Take one last look before I'm gone and running free. You see, sometimes it takes a heavy load, a broken heart with nowhere to go, to break this mold that you've been living in. And now I'm on my my way back, my way back to you.
Cool. Thanks, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that one. Way Home, that's the title track for my debut EP. Originally, that song started off as just a sequence of chords that I recorded to practice harmonica over. So it was never initially supposed to be a song, actually. But I kind of recorded it and thought I might develop this into a song. And I'm glad I did. So that's a bit of history behind that one. If there's any questions from the panel or the audience, I'll answer those now before the end of the show.
Yeah.
Lots of comments coming.
Let me ask a quick question. The new songs, the two new songs that we heard, scheduled time when you might be releasing another EP with these songs, or how far down the road are we looking at?
I've got kind of like a structure for an album or an EP or an album as well. I've got a lot of songs at the moment that I'm hoping to record from home actually. I've got kind of home studio set up, so I'm going to be doing some recording over the summer, and hopefully I can start releasing stuff towards the end of the year, hopefully, fingers crossed. So stay tuned. I'm also setting up a Patreon account as well. It's all kind of set up, I just need to record the kind of preview video and upload that, which is probably the hardest part for me anyway. So once that's up, people will be able to kind of sponsor me and they'll get access to freebies, behind the scenes stuff. But as far as recording goes, hopefully this year some stuff will come out.
Excellent. Great news.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
So have a look at some comments here. Zara says applause. Thank you for tuning in. You control it.
No, if you white box.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Technical.
That's all right.
Scott Scowcroft there, joining in progress. Wonderful conversations from the panel. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, Scott. My boy home. Thanks, Rain. Thanks for listening. And yeah, it's great to have Mum on some of these songs. And I'd like to re-record some of these songs as well with violin on. Thanks, Dave. Thanks for your comments. Thank you.
Just
Cool.
calling for an encore there.
Calling for an encore, yeah. Well, I could do an encore.
You want to do one?
Yeah, no problem. I'll do an encore if you like. Cool. I don't know what to do. If there's
Lemonade,
comments.
lemonade.
Lemonade soup.
Lemonade.
Mum, do you want to play on that? Yeah. Okay, I'll give it a go. I haven't rehearsed this in a while, but I'm sure we can pull it off. Okay, so this is one of my recent singles. Lyric videos on YouTube if you want to check it out. It's called Lemonade Sea. Just change the sound settings.
I was just flicking through a hazy box of cards, glancing through the negatives, listening to jazz cats in the rain. Coffee stains on the table, coffee stains on my heart, the bittersweet romance of chasing pictures as they wane. Those are summer afternoons, slow roasting on the South Shore Cove, and laying lazy on a lemonade scene, on the rocks beside the pool, laying lazy next to you, wondering where we'll land. I closed my eyes and jumped into those warm waters we became so used to. Sometimes the breeze takes me back to those days, your hair waving freely back at the horses from the ocean. Open fires, burning embers, open hearts, burning fires, the innocent romancing of young lovers in the sun. The star-peppered evening sky, grains of sand inside your shoes, we're isolated in a world of make-believe, sharing stories through the night, with kisses I held you tight, wondering where we'll land. The kettle whistles and I'm back in the rain.
Bellissimo, grazie.
That was fair, wasn't it?
That was very, very good. Very, very good. I love that song. In fact, that's one of Betty's favorite songs. When she heard it in the background, she says, "I love this song from Dan." I go, "I know."
Yeah, definitely a favorite here as well.
Yeah.
You can get it on iTunes, folks.
Exactly. Yeah, it's downloaded in iTunes. Dan has the link on his site and also on the G+.
Yep. I think it's just popped out. Have we lost the other Astons as well? Sheila,
Yeah.
have you got a song to sing for us?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I think that song has matured a lot. The accompaniment particularly was very different in the beginning, I seem to recall.
Correct.
I think Sue and Dan are really, they're listening to one another really, really well now, and I think that they're very empathetic, the two of them, to making a little accompaniment, like that. And also, I think Dan is also using his harmonica more subtly than he did in the beginning, and I think that's also very nice.
I did notice that. I did notice that as well. Yes, you're absolutely right. And yeah, good take on that. What's with the bird on the right hand side there? Is that actually a bird, or is that part of your name?
It's a bird. Because the Astons are in Cornwall and I'm in Cornwall. Those are just that's a Cornish flag, and those are Cornish seagulls, which is just a little.
Okay. Dan is back with us. There you go.
Hi.
Yeah.
We were just discussing a little bit, talking about the last song and where people could get it, and also
Thank you.
making comments about how great it is and how the playing together has really.
Sorry about that, everyone.
It happens. Hey.
Yeah. Everything just froze, and I got locked out. Thanks everybody for tuning in. And I'll see you next time.
But they can hear you. Don't say goodbye yet. They can hear you.
It's on a loop, though, isn't it?
In fact, your secondary camera was still working, so we could see that the action was still going on in the background.
I don't know what I'm doing.
So can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Don't know what happened there, but thanks everybody for tuning in, and special thanks to all my special guests who have come on this show as well. First show with guests, so I don't know if you've got anything coming up on Google Plus that you want to mention before the end. I think Azlin, you've got a show later tonight.
Yeah. Sorry, Sheila, you were going to say?
We've got Nazim on Lights Camera HOA tomorrow.
That's true. Thanks very much for the invitation. I'm looking forward to that. And then Azlin has a show on later tonight in about an hour and a half, maybe. Correct?
It's Sunday, every Sunday night, say with a flavor of something. And we've got Nazim on. We've just got a summer party on today. No cooking, just drink and chat. That's it.
Fantastic. I'm looking forward to it.
There is no work involved.
Great. Okay, that's great, guys. Thanks again, everyone who tuned in to the show, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. So, see you again.
Fabulous.
Ciao. Thank you. Ciao, ciao.